Instead, I'm going to share with you what is told to me as a true story. It's a story that's been around. And you may have heard that story. If you have, I ask you to bear with me because it bears repeating. And it also, when I was preparing this message, thought it was the perfect ending to this sermon. There was a woman who was diagnosed with a terminal illness and had been given just 3 months to live. So as she was getting her things in order, she contacted her pastor and asked for the pastor to come to her house so that she could discuss the various aspects of her final wishes. She told him what songs she wanted sung at the service. She told him what scripture she wanted read. She told him what outfit she wanted to be buried in. I don't know if you've done this. I don't know how many people do it. Some may think it's morbid. I just reminded, I'm going to put a plug in for March the 17th. I was just reminded of 1 or 2 final wishes that I have if and when God takes me home. And my wife knows what these 2 are. One of them is, I want Brad Crum to come and sing gospel impersonating Elvis for a half an hour. I want Sarah Bumgarner to come and sing for the other half an hour. And that's all that I want at my funeral, by the way, which I hope is 10 years or so. We all have some final wishes. This lady had already made these known because she wanted somebody to follow them. And if you want somebody to follow me, you better tell them beforehand. It's not morbid. She also requested that she be buried with her favorite Bible. She went down over her list, and it seemed like she had done everything. The songs, the scriptures, the outfit that she wanted to be buried in, her favorite Bible. She seemed to remember other thing, and the pastor was taking careful notes of all her requests. Then suddenly the woman got very excited as she remembered something else very important to her. And she quickly and excitedly said to the pastor, but there's one more thing. What's that? The pastor asked. She said, I want to be buried with a fork in my right hand. This is very, very important. Pastor stood looking at the woman in amazement, not knowing quite what to say. That surprises you, doesn't it? The woman said. Well, to be honest, I am puzzled by your request, he asked. And right now I'd like you to take the fork that you were passed earlier and hold it in your hand. Listen to the woman's explanation of why she wanted to be buried with a fork in her hand. She said, in all of my years of attending church socials or potluck dinners or family reunions and special holiday meals, I always remember that when the main part of the meal was over, somebody would say something like this, keep your fork. Keep your fork. And that was an indication to me that the best was yet to come, because she said, I always loved desserts. Sometimes it was a wonderful cake. Sometimes it was a deep dish apple pie. Sometimes it was nutty, chewy brownies. Didn't that make you hungry? I'm going to let you out of here in a few minutes so you can go eat. But don't we begin to salivate waiting for dessert? And then the woman said this, I want you to put this fork in my hand, and I want you to tell the people what I felt whenever I was told, keep your fork. She said, whenever I was told to keep your fork, I knew that the best is yet to come. It might have been a good meal, might have been a good appetizer, but the best is yet to come. That is point number 3.